Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And that'll start the video. Welcome to the lesson of Headless from the band 1st of October, which only exists one day a year. And then we also have Rob Rusha here, the third member who handles all the chaos of the day. So this is the second track. This was written by Andrew on the guitar. And it's a really, really fun one. All you need for this is a standard 6-string guitar and some distortion. There is a guitar pedal on it that gives us like a chainsaw sound, the ricochet whammy or the whammy ricochet. And we have it set to just have a separate signal for the guitar, bring it up an octave, and then slowly come down. So that's how we get the sound that you hear in the song. But for just jamming along, I'm gonna assume that, you know, not everyone has that same pedal. And I'm just going to show you how to play it without, which is exactly the same as playing with the pedal. The pedal just adds the extra sound effect, and it's always the same meow sound effect. This was also recorded with the submarine pickup, so the main riff is all on the 2 low strings so that we could turn it into a bass. From the start of the song, this is the only part that I'm not 100% on. If I really look into the video, I bet I could find it, but to my ears, I believe Andrew is doing this. I know he's doing this shape, but exactly where I'm not quite sure. I believe he has his first finger on the 12th fret of the B string, and then using these 2 fingers, this is a super common guitar trick. You bring these over a fret and 2 frets away, so 2 fingers here for some extra leverage on the G string, and you bend up to that note. That type of trick. And it's a guitar trick that I never really do, but it is a very common one. And the song just starts off with him doing that. And there's really just 3 parts of the song. This part that builds up with all the other instruments, and then we go right into the main riff. It's got a pretty cool rhythm, but it is very simple. It's all single notes. We're starting with the low E string, and then to the 3rd fret on the A, to there, to the 4th fret on the low E, 1st fret, 0. And then the second time around, it ends with the 6th fret to 7th fret, again on the A, and it was all played on those 2 low strings so that the submarine pickup would also pick it up and turn it into a bass. So that whole riff, 0, 3 on the A, 4 on the E, 1st fret, go through that again, 3rd fret, 4th fret, and then 6th, 7th on the A. Oops, and I've already messed it up. And then to the verse, which just starts off with that chainsaw sound, which is just the low E string again. I'm stumbling around the woods. And that's when you would hit the pedal and it would go meow, meow, stumbling around the woods. That same type of rhythm, and we're just going on the high E string this time. It's just 0, 1, 5, 4. You do the same thing again, but it's 5, 4, 0, 1. A little bit confusing, but once you have the rhythm, you'll get it. I'm stumbling around the woods. I never need to wear a hood. I don't ride a bike. I don't own a Porsche. And it's just the same thing. Because the headless horseman rides a headless horse. And then it ends with that same thing from the beginning. So that is the verse. Then back to the main riff. I love it has such a stumbly feeling to it. Back to another verse, and it's the same exact thing.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Could you mimic the sound of the chainsaw with just like a slow slide from a high note?
You could.
It won't have the exact same thing. But...
No, but because in the recording, you hear it's a lot of the low E and the low bass, and then the chainsaw sound on top of it.
Yeah.
But you could do it. It would be... Yeah, just slide up to the E. Yeah, maybe that's more fun. So then the second verse, I'm stumbling around... I forget what it was.
Ichabod has nothing to fear.
Then, and the end of the song. dentist doesn't have much money. And I think it ends on just 2 low E's.
Yeah.
And that's the song. It is pretty simple, but effective. I'm going to play it through all the way so that we can see it in context and see how many things I got wrong. More distortion on that. Oh, and I forgot to mention with distortion, we put it through some pretty heavy octave fuzz.
Around the woods.
Yeah, so get yourself an octave fuzz to get the right distortion.
Around over here. Nothing to fear. When it comes to
Oh, that's what it was.
when the headless horse is just
And there it is, that's Headless. Can't wait to see some covers of this one. It's really, really fun. I think I said that in the last video. They're all really, really fun. So tag us in them if you do make them. We'd love to see them. Thanks for being a fan of our first of a year band. And we'll see you next year.